Hello student, I am Sheetal Satish Jagtap, Junior College teacher in Radhabai Kale Mahila Mahavidyalay, Ahmednagar. Let us start rotational dynamics lecture number 3rd. In previous lecture, we are already studied the applications of uniform circular motion when vehicle is moving along horizontal circular track. According to this application, the most safe speed of vehicle when vehicle is moving along horizontal circular track is given by square root of mu s rg. From this equation, we can say that the most safe speed of vehicle is depend upon the force of friction of road. Hence, we are maintaining the safe speed of vehicle on horizontal circular track, then road should be having more friction. Hence, when we increase the force of friction of road, then road become rough. For this, the wear and tear of tires are occur. Hence, in this situation, the chances of accident is more. Secondly, in rainy season or in oily road, the force of friction between tires of vehicle and road surface is not sufficient to balance the centrifugal force of vehicle. In this case, slipping of vehicle occurs and the chances of accident will be again more. To avoid such situation, one construction should be made on horizontal circular track which is known as a bank road, which is also known as a banking of road. Hence, in this lecture, we are going to study the third application of uniform circular motion is vehicle on a bank curved road. The definition of banking of road is for a safety of vehicle moving along a curved road at high speed. The road surface is kept inclined to the horizontal so that outer edge of road is at higher level than inner edge. This construction of road is called as a banking of road. See in this picture, we get clear idea of banking of road. In this picture, OX is the horizontal surface and OA is the road surface. OA is the outer edge of road and OX is the inner edge of the road. In the backing of road, the road surface is inclined to the horizontal surface through an angle which is known as a angle of banking. And in this banking of road, in this bank road, the outer edge of the road is higher level than inner edge of the road. In this bank curve road, the vehicle of mass m is moving with velocity v. The diagram from textbook is this is the bank curve road. On this vehicle of mass m is moving with a speed v, having r is the radius of curvature of road. In this situation, we consider the force of friction is ignored but not neglected. When vehicle is at this position, then there are two forces acting on the vehicle. First one is the normal reaction which are perpendicular to the surface of vehicle, and second one is its weight which is acting vertically downward direction. This normal reaction can be resolved into two mutually perpendicular components. First one is a n cos theta and next one is a n sin theta. N cos theta is a vertical component and n sin theta is a horizontal component. Then n cos theta can be balanced by the weight of the vehicle. Hence we can write n cos theta is equal to mg, equation number 1. Then n sin theta provides the necessary centripetal force for the circular motion. Hence we can write n sin theta is equal to mv square upon r. Divide equation 2 by 1, we get n sin theta upon n cos theta is equal to mv square upon r divided by mg. In this case, n get cancelled, m is also get cancelled, and sin theta upon cos theta can be written as tan theta. Then our equation becomes tan theta is equal to v square upon rg. From this equation, we can calculate the most important term in banking of road is a most safe speed, which is given by Vs is equal to square root of Rg tan theta. In this case, R is the radius of curvature of circular road, G is the acceleration due to gravity, theta is the angle of banking. The angle made by bank road surface with the horizontal is known as the angle of banking, whose formula is given by theta is equal to tan inverse of V square upon Rg. Then in the banking of road, we have to consider two cases, lower speed limit and upper speed limit. Hence, in this lecture, we will discuss these two limits, upper limit and lower limit of the speed. First, we will consider the lower speed limit. From this diagram, we can say that this is a vehicle which is having mass m and moving with velocity less than the most safe speed of the vehicle. That means V minimum is less than or less than of square root of Rg tan theta. In this case, the speed of the vehicle is less than the most safe speed of the vehicle. Then we can also say that the centrifugal force of the vehicle is less than n sin theta. When vehicle is at this position, then there are two forces acting on the vehicle. First one is the n sin theta and second one is the centrifugal force, that means mv square upon r. Because this vehicle is moving along a circular road, that means the vehicle is in circular motion. Due to the circular motion, the effect are produced on the vehicle, which is known as the centrifugal force. But in this case, n sin theta is greater than centrifugal force. That's why the vehicle is attracted towards the center. But at this time, there is another force which is known as the force of friction, which arises between the tires of vehicle and the road surface, and this force of friction opposes the relative motion of vehicle. Hence, the direction of force of friction is along the inclination and directed in upward direction. This force of friction is divided into two mutually perpendicular components, which is the Fs sin theta and Fs cos theta. Vertical component is Fs sin theta and horizontal component is Fs cos theta. From this figure, we can write some equation. The weight mg is balanced by two forces, Fs sin theta and n cos theta. Hence, we can write first equation, mg is equal to Fs sin theta plus n cos theta. Then, n sin theta can be balanced by the addition of two forces. First one is the centrifugal force, that means mv square upon r, and second force is the Fs cos theta. Hence we can write the equation n sin theta is equal to Fs cos theta plus mv square upon r. Then rearranging the term, we get mv square upon r is equal to n sin theta minus Fs cos theta. Then dividing equation 2 by 1 and divide each term on RHS by n cos theta, then we get mv square upon r divided by mg is equal to n sin theta minus Fs cos theta divided by n cos theta divided by Fs sin theta plus n cos theta divided by n cos theta. In LHS, m get cancelled, then v square upon rg r remains on LHS. Then n sin theta upon n cos theta, n get cancelled, sin theta upon cos theta becomes tan theta, minus sign, then Fs cos theta upon n cos theta get cancelled, and Fs upon n is nothing but mu s. Then Fs sin theta upon n cos theta, Fs upon n is nothing but mu s, and sin theta upon cos theta is tan theta. Then plus sign, then n cos theta upon n cos theta get cancelled, then 1 is remain. Hence, the next equation becomes v square is equal to rg in bracket tan theta minus mu s divided by mu s tan theta plus 1. Taking square root, we get the minimum speed of the vehicle when vehicle is moving along a bank curved road, which value given by square root of rg in bracket tan theta minus mu s divided by mu s tan theta plus 1. This is a lower speed limit of the vehicle. Then second case is a upper limit. See in this figure, this is a vehicle having mass m moving with velocity which is greater than the most safe speed of the vehicle. That means Vmax is greater than square root of Rg tan theta. Then centrifugal force acting on the vehicle is greater than n sin theta. That's why this vehicle is moving away from the center. At that time, one force arises between the tires of vehicle and the road surface, which is known as a force of friction, which opposes the relative motion of the vehicle. That means the direction of force of friction is along the inclination and directed in inward direction. This F is, that means force of friction, resolved into two mutually perpendicular components, Fs cos theta and Fs sin theta. Hence, from this diagram, we can write some equations. First equation is this mg and Fs sin theta can be balanced by n cos theta. Hence, we can write mg plus Fs sin theta is equal to n cos theta. Then rearranging the term, we get mg is equal to n cos theta minus Fs sin theta. Then n sin theta and Fs cos theta can be balanced by the centrifugal force acting on the vehicle. That's why we can write mv square upon r is equal to Fs cos theta plus n sin theta. Then divide equation 5 by 4 and divide each term on RHS by n cos theta. We get mv square upon r divided by mg is equal to Fs cos theta plus n sin theta divided by n cos theta divided by n cos theta minus Fs sin theta divided by n cos theta. Then m get cancelled and v square upon rg are remain on LHS. Then Fs cos theta upon n cos theta get cancelled, then mu s is remain plus sign, then n sin theta upon n cos theta, n get cancelled, sin theta upon cos theta becomes tan theta. Then n cos theta upon n cos theta get cancelled, then 1 is remain minus sign, and Fs sin theta upon n cos theta, Fs upon n is nothing but mu s, and sin theta upon cos theta, that means tan theta. Hence, V square max is equal to Rg in bracket mu s plus tan theta upon 1 minus mu s tan theta. Taking square root, we get the maximum value of velocity when vehicle is vehicle is moving along a bank curved road. From equation 3 and 6, we can put mu s is equal to 0. That means the force of friction of road becomes 0. Then the safe speed of vehicle is given by square root of rg tan theta, which is the safest speed on a bank road as we don't take the help of friction. Now, let us consider important questions related to the lecture. First question is, define angle of banking and derive an expression for the most safe speed of vehicle moving along a bank curved road. This question contains 3 marks. In this question, we will write the definition of angle of banking and derivation of the safe speed of vehicle. Then second question is, derive an expression for the lower speed limit of vehicle when vehicle moving along a bank curved road. In this question contain 2 marks. Then again, next question is, derive an expression for upper speed limit of vehicle when vehicle moving along a bank curved road. This question again contain 2 marks. And last one, draw a neat label diagram for banking of road. This question again contain 2 marks. Fourth application of uniform circular motion which is known as a conical pendulum. The definition is a small heavy sphere called bob suspended by a lightweight and inextensible string from a rigid support and revolving in horizontal circle with uniform speed is called conical pendulum. This picture get clear idea of conical pendulum. This is a rigid support. This string is a lightweight and inextensible string. This is a small heavy sphere which is called as a bob. This bob is suspended by lightweight and inextensible string. Lightweight means whose weight is very less than as usual weight. Inextensible string, that means not stretchable string. This small spherical heavy bob is connected to the lightweight and inextensible string, and this string is suspended to the rigid support. When force is applied to this bob, then bob perform horizontal circle with uniform speed, that means constant speed. That type of construction is known as conical pendulum. In textbook we get two diagrams for the conical pendulum. First diagram is in inertial frame and second diagram is in non-inertial frame. The basic difference between these two diagrams is when conical pendulum is work in inertial frame of reference, then the horizontal component of T0 sin theta can be balanced by the centripetal force acting on the bob which are along the radius and towards the center. And when conical pendulum work in non-inertial frame, then the horizontal component of T0 sin theta can be balanced by centrifugal force which is along the radius and away from the center. From this diagram, we can say that when bob perform horizontal circular motion, then at any position B, there are forces acting on this bob. The first force is its weight, which is acting vertically downward direction, and second force is a T0, that means tension along the string, along the length of the string towards the point of suspension. Then T0 can be resolved into two mutually perpendicular components. The first vertical component is known as T0 cos theta, and second, the horizontal component is T0 sin theta. In this case, the vertical component T0 cos theta can be balanced by the weight of the bob. Then we can write T0 cos theta is equal to mg, equation number first. When your conical pendulum is in inertial frame of reference, then the horizontal component T0 sin theta can be balanced by the centripetal force. But when your conical pendulum is in non-inertial frame of reference, then the horizontal component of T0 sin theta is balanced by centrifugal force. And as we know already, the magnitude of centripetal force and centrifugal force are same. That's why we can write T0 sin theta can be balanced by mr omega square. It is equation number second. Then divide equation 2 by 1. We get T0 sin theta upon T0 cos theta is equal to mr omega square divided by mg. In this equation, T0 T0 get cancelled and m get cancelled, and cross multiplying the term we get omega square r cos theta is equal to g sin theta. Then omega square is nothing but g sin theta upon r cos theta. It is equation number 4. Put r is nothing but radius of circular motion is equal to L sin theta, because consider this right angle triangle. In this right angle triangle, theta is a semi-vertical angle of conical pendulum. L is the length of conical pendulum. R is the radius of horizontal circle. Hence sin theta we can write as a R upon L, because sin theta is nothing but front side upon hypotenuse. Hence we can write sin theta is equal to R upon L, or R is equal to L sin theta. Put above equation in equation number 4, we get omega square is equal to g sin theta upon L sin theta cos theta. Here sin theta get cancelled. We get g upon L cos theta. taking square root, we get omega is nothing but square root of g upon L cos theta. Omega is nothing but a 2 pi upon t. It is equation number 6. Then periodic time t is nothing but 2 pi upon omega. Hence, using equation 6, we can write t is equal to 2 pi square root of L cos theta upon g. It is equation number 7. Then n is nothing but reciprocal of periodic time. Hence we can write n is equal to 1 upon t, or is nothing but 1 upon 2 pi square root of g upon L cos theta. It is equation number 8. This is the period and frequency of conical pendulum. Let us consider some important questions related to the lecture. First question is, draw a neat and labeled diagram for conical pendulum in inertial frame of reference. This question contains 2 marks. Second question, draw a neat labeled diagram for conical pendulum in non-inertial frame of reference. This question again contains 2 marks. Question 3, define conical pendulum. Derive an expression for frequency of revolution for conical pendulum. This question contains 2 marks. And last question, define conical pendulum. Derive an expression for time of revolution for conical pendulum. This question again contains 2 or 3 marks.